All right, recording in progress. There we go. Okay, so welcome everyone. I'm Meredith Dooney from the Lawrence Library in Pepperell, and this is my friend Christine Kivett, who is here to sort of share with us a little bit about what hypnosis is and how we can benefit from it as a sort of therapeutic tool in our lives. And I've known Christine for a number of years. Oh, somebody else, hold on a second. And make sure. Okay. All right, there we go. So Christine is a former administrative assistant, and she really was feeling a pull towards just a much more fulfilling for her career that would allow her to focus on helping others and enriching the lives of others. So I just have been super fascinated in her journey, becoming certified in hypnosis and Reiki and NLP and life coaching and all of these wonderful, just all of these different, I don't know, what do you call it, modalities?
All at the same time too, right?
Yeah, all at the same time.
Doing all at the same time.
Yeah. So anyway, I will let you take it away and let us know kind of how you want to organize this or whatever, and we can go from there.
Cool. Thank you so much for having me tonight. Thank you guys and gals. If there's Kevin, if you are on there, because I see Kevin and Leslie. So I'll say guys and gals tonight because I can't see everybody, but thank you for joining us. Like Meredith said, I've been on this journey for about 2 years now.
Hold on. Let me make sure everyone's
on there. My goodness, that was a little creepy. Little echo.
Okay, hold on.
Meredith, you're muted if you can hear me. It's all good though. Anyway, I will start over because that was a little bit of an echo going on there. No worries. I have been on this journey for about 2 years. I started hypnotherapy in 2019. And I told Meredith, I'm not sure how to explain it, but I say either regular or traditional hypnotherapy because it's what I'm going to do with you guys tonight. I'm going to walk you through the process, and we're going to do like a 15 or 20-minute hypnosis. And I can do that via Zoom. And I recently finished my certification in a deeper level of hypnosis, which is regressive, which you go much more to the root of the problem and you get results a lot faster. Not that you can't via Zoom, but we might have to do multiple sessions because I can't put you under as deep level under hypnosis via Zoom. So we'd have to work on it like over a couple sessions. It could, for via Zoom, I can do stop smoking, weight loss, anxiety. I touch on a little bit of depression, but I'd rather do that in person because there's a lot more going on there. So you definitely want to do the deeper regression. And I have to do those in person because you really want to be there with the person. There's more of an energy exchange going on, and it's just way better to be there with the person in person. Not that there's any kind of energy exchange. There will be one tonight. There's always one via technology, but it's way more intense when you're with the person in the same room. So I definitely like the deeper level for sure. But anyway, I'm certified in both of those kinds of hypnotherapy. I'm a certified life coach. I'm certified in NLP, which is neuro-linguistic programming, and that's how we talk and think, and it's just a study of expressions. And actually the FBI uses that to tell when people are lying and things like that. So it's really cool. They've been doing it for a long time. So there's some tips and tricks that you can definitely learn from that, which I did when I studied that. So what we're going to do tonight is I'm going to answer any questions if you guys have it in the beginning, and I'll answer any questions you have at the end. I'm going to cover some misconceptions that people have around hypnotherapy. I'm going to tell you guys what hypnotherapy is good for, what it is, what it isn't, because a lot of people, like I said, have some fears or misconceptions around it. I'm going to put you guys through a 15 or 20-minute hypnosis. And then, like I said, at the end, we'll wrap it up. If anybody has any questions, I'm more than happy to answer any questions. So with that being said, what is hypnotherapy? It is basically meditation, because we're just quieting down the mind and you're just listening to the sound of my voice. I've explained this to some of my friends that agreed to do sessions with me when I had to do my practice sessions. And they're like, okay, I don't know what it is, but I'm going to do it. And I was like, I can oversimplify it for you, but it's really that cool. Is you're just going to listen to the sound of my voice. That's basically it. So there's two different kinds. I will do the one version tonight, like I said, that I do via Zoom. And when I do Zoom and especially one-on-ones, I get more interaction, obviously, from the person, and we dig to the root of the problem, what you really need to work on. And then I can do, if they want me to, we usually go off like a script where I'll do repetitive things, like I will, not want cigarettes anymore, all that stuff. So it helps you like embed it into your subconscious mind. But when we're working in person, there's a lot more different things going on. I don't necessarily need a script because every session's different, and I just go with the flow and I ask the right questions, and whatever comes next, then I come up with the next question. So I don't ever know what to expect, which I think is really cool. So hey, but tonight I'm just going to walk you through like a basic hypnosis. It's really cool. And we're just going to do it around inspiration. I think I picked that one because you had the 3. It's kind of hard to do 3. So I just picked the 1, which is cool. It's all good. So a lot of people have fears that they're not going to be in control of the session, or they're going to be able to lose it or whatever. You are fully in control at all times, even when I have you under the deep level of hypnosis. If you are not in control, your subconscious mind is in control for you, and it's always in control. It is running 24/7. It never stops. It's running when we're sleeping. It's running all the time. It controls everything in your body. That's why your heart is pumping. That's why your breath is in your lungs. It is taking care of all that stuff. You don't even have to think about it. It is doing it. It's also like a huge computer. It programs and remembers everything from childhood, everything. That's why tonight I'm just going to do like a basic one, like I said. But if I did a one-on-one session with you via Zoom or in person, that's when we take the conscious mind. We're like, yeah, you have backseat, go out for pizza or something. And I talk directly to the subconscious mind, and I work with the subconscious mind because that's where all the answers are. And that's where it has all of the information. It has information, everything. You can also go, I'm going to touch on this because I don't know if anybody believes in it. If you don't, it's all good. But if you do, you could even go to a past life. I don't know if you're going to go to a past life till you get there. If you do, I'm like, hey, let's go with it. And I ask the right questions. But it has all the information for all those past lives too. It is incredible. It remembers everything. So that's really what we want to work with. So even we're going to work with it a little bit tonight. We're going to touch on it because, like I said, I'm only going to put you like under a light level of hypnosis, but we're still going to talk directly to it, and we're going to program your little bit of inspiration into you tonight. Does anybody have any questions? Because I could talk all night, but I don't want to do that because I want to put you guys under hypnosis. No questions? It's all good. Okay. I'm gonna do it right away then, so then I can answer some questions at the end. So if everybody's comfortable, you guys can just close your eyes for me, and I'll get you relaxed, and we'll just jump right into it then. So when everybody close your eyes, if I can't see you, I'm just going to go with it anyway. Oh, somebody is entering the room. It's all good. If you guys hear any noises, it will not bother you in any way while we're doing this hypnosis. You're going to be fully aware of everything.
I just muted you by mistake. I'm so sorry. Now I have to, can you unmute yourself, Christine?
Okay, yeah.
There we go.
Message
I'm so
came
sorry.
up and I couldn't click it. It's all good. Technology. We got to roll with it. I love it. I'm good with the flow. I'm good.
All right, perfect.
All right, let's try this again. Technology. It's all good. So I want everybody to close their eyes for me. Make sure you're completely in a comfortable position. If you're sitting down, please have your feet on the floor and your legs uncrossed, arms at your side or in your lap if you want to. If you guys hear any noises, it will not bother you in any way. You are completely and fully in control this whole time. You're just listening to the sound of my voice. So I want you guys and gals, everyone on this webinar, to just begin at the top of your head and let everything begin to relax. Just let all the muscles in the top of your head begin to relax. Moving down through your forehead, all the muscles in your forehead can begin to relax. Moving down through your cheekbones, and all the muscles in your cheekbones can relax. Moving down through your chin, and all the muscles in your face are beginning to relax. If there is any residual tension in the body, you can just let it flow right out of the body. Just let that tension flow right out. Moving down through your neck, just let all the muscles in your neck begin to relax. Your shoulders will begin to relax. Moving down through both arms to the tips of your fingers. All of your chest muscles can begin to relax. Moving down through your torso. And all of your stomach muscles can begin to relax. Moving down through your hips. Let all of those muscles relax. Moving down through both legs to the tips of your toes. All of the muscles can begin to relax. Now I want you to imagine that you're looking down a staircase. And as I count you down from 10 to 1, you're going to be an even deeper level of relaxation. So you're on step 10, and you can see your feet on the steps. You're on step 9, and you can hear your feet on the steps. You're on step 8, you can see your feet and hear your feet on the steps. You're on step 7, you can feel your feet connecting with the steps. You're on step 6, and you're coming into an even deeper awareness of yourself. You're on step 5, you're halfway there, and you can begin to relax even more as you're going deeper into relaxation. You're on step 4. With every heartbeat, every noise or sound around you, you're going to go even deeper into relaxation. You're on step 3. You're going even deeper into relaxation. Every time I say the word deeper, you're going to go even deeper. You're on step 2. You can still feel your feet and see your feet on the steps. You're on step 1, and you're feeling very relaxed, and you can go even deeper. Drift deeper, sink deeper, go even deeper. Now I want you to imagine the most beautiful place in the world, whatever you consider to be the most beautiful place. See it with your eyes, with your inner eyes. Imagine how it would smell. Whatever you can smell, the beautiful smells, flowers, grass, trees. You can hear birds singing. If you're at the beach, you can hear waves crashing. You can feel the warmth of the sun on your skin, and the wind is softly touching your face. Now I want you to imagine that you're also eating the most wonderful, luscious fruit. This delicious fruit
is such beautiful, rich, and juicy. Let it nourish your body. This is helping with your inspiration. Now I want you to put your hand on your heart, your right hand if you could, and just imagine this beautiful place. Anytime you need inspiration or you're feeling down, go to this beautiful place. With your hand on your heart, this is your anchor. Breathe into your heart center. Anytime that you touch your heart, you're connected with your heart, your life force, your heart center. You can get divine inspiration. You can ask for help. Your guides and guardian angels or anyone that can come to assist you will help you with your inspiration. The more you feel into your heart, the more deeply you are connected to yourself, your body, your energy, your inner life force, your own inspiration and healing energy. You are anchoring yourself, and you can begin to establish this beautiful connection to yourself. Find this place anytime you need inspiration, anytime you need guidance. This is your perfect place. You know it, and it feels very, very good. You can go to this place anytime that you need to. This is your life force, your energy, your power center, your heart center. Everything leads with the heart. Everything comes from the heart. Inspiration will come to you if you ask for assistance. Again, you can anchor yourself just by touching your heart every time that you need inspiration or help with inspiration. Just lean into that very powerful force within you, your heart center, your life force. And now I'm going to walk you through a breathing exercise, and I will walk you through the process. And we're going to use all of the colors of the rainbow. Every time you breathe in a color, imagine that it is filling your entire body from head to toe on every inhale. And whenever you exhale, you're exhaling any negative, black, imagine the color black, any negative black residual energy. We want to download and reprogram these beautiful colors of the rainbow and exhale any negative, black, residual energy. So on the first inhale, I want you to imagine the color red. So whenever you inhale, the color red is just filling your entire body from head to toe with this beautiful color red. And every time that you exhale, you're exhaling any negative, black residual energy. And whenever you're ready for your next inhale, I want you to imagine the color orange. The color orange is just filling your entire body from head to toe downloading and reprogramming with this beautiful orange energy. And every time you exhale, you're releasing any negative black residual energy. And whenever you're ready on your next exhale, I want you to imagine the color yellow filling your entire body from head to toe with this beautiful color yellow, downloading and reprogramming of this beautiful yellow energy into your system. And whenever you exhale, you're exhaling any black, negative residual energy. And whenever you're ready on your next inhale, I want you to imagine the color green filling your entire body from head to toe, rewiring and reprogramming your entire body with this beautiful color green, downloading your entire system. And every time you exhale, you're exhaling any black, negative residual energy. And whenever you're ready on your next inhale, I want you to imagine the color blue. The color blue is downloading and reprogramming, filling your entire body from head to toe, this beautiful blue energy. And every time you exhale, you're exhaling any negative, black residual energy. And whenever you're ready on your next exhale, inhale, inhale. I want you to imagine inhaling the beautiful color purple. Inhaling the beautiful color purple. Downloading and reprogramming your entire system from head to toe. And every time you exhale, you're exhaling any negative, black, residual energy. And on the next inhale, whenever you're ready, I want you to imagine a very light purple, almost like a violet color, downloading and reprogramming your entire system, filling your entire body from head to toe with this beautiful violet purple energy. And whenever you exhale, you're releasing any negative, black, residual energy. You can use this technique, which is called rainbow breathing, anytime you're feeling anxiety or any tension in the body. Just inhale each color of the rainbow. And when you exhale, just imagine you're exhaling any negative energy within the body. This helps ease any anxiety or tension in the body that you may have. You can use this technique anytime you need to. Just imagine all the beautiful colors of the rainbow and breathe in each color. Anytime you need to calm yourself down, anytime you need inspiration, this will help as well, along with putting your hand on your heart and imagining all of your life force energy is coming from your heart center. You are grounding yourself every time that you touch your heart and connecting with your heart center, connecting with your life force energy. This is where everything resides. This is where all of your inspiration comes from. If you need additional help, you can always ask for help. You can always ask your your guides and your guardian angels for help. They are there to assist you, and they will help you. Anytime you need inspiration, anytime you need guidance, you can always come back to your heart center, and you can also go to your beautiful place. That is what your beautiful place is for. Now I want you to go back to your beautiful place and just imagine it is a beautiful, warm summer day. The skies are blue. Wherever you are, wherever your beautiful place is, you can see beautiful blue sky, big white fluffy clouds in the sky. Feel the warm sun on your face, the soft wind blowing across your skin. You can hear any noises in your beautiful place, waves crashing, birds singing. It's a beautiful summer day. You can go to this beautiful place anytime you need inspiration, anytime you need to reconnect to yourself, anytime you need guidance. You can go to this beautiful place and ask for help and ask for guidance. It is within you, and it is always there. You can always reconnect with it. Put your hand on your heart and reconnect with your heart center and go to your beautiful place. Find inspiration and guidance anytime you need it. Now we're going to ascend the staircase this time, and I'm going to count you guys back from 1 to 10, and you're going to be ascending the staircase this time. So you're on step 1, and you can see your feet on the steps. You're on step 2, and you can feel your feet and hear your feet connecting with the steps. You're on step 3, moving up even further on the steps. You're on step 4, and you're becoming aware of any noises or sounds around you. You're on step 5. You're halfway there, and you're moving further up the steps. You're on step 6. And you can still see your feet and hear your feet connecting with the steps. You're on step 7. You're becoming more aware of yourself and any noises or sounds around you. You're on step 8. You're almost there, and you can see the top of the staircase. You're on step 9. And you're almost there, and you're becoming more aware of yourself and everything around you. You're on step 10. You're fully aware of yourself. And when you're ready, whenever you're ready, you can open your eyes. So everybody's on mute. Can I get some thumbs up if you guys did pretty good on that? I could see you guys getting really relaxed. Okay, cool. See, that's all it is. A lot of people have fears and misconceptions around it. It's basically like meditation. I'm just walking you through the process, but that one is for webinars like this, or if you're just going to do a generic one, just do the repetitive, blah, blah, blah. It's all good. But if you're doing a one-on-one Zoom, we're obviously working with more stuff that's going on. We're going to dig a little bit deeper, and I'm going to do more energy healing. I'm going to get to the root of the problem. I'm going to ask more questions, but this is hypnosis as well. So there's so many different techniques. There's so many things it's good for. And I actually think it's good for just about anything out there. And people say we shouldn't say that, but it is anxiety, depression. I've worked with some people that have PTSD. Obviously, I have to use the deeper level of regression on that. Stop smoking, weight loss. Yeah, I'm going to start working. I have a friend of mine that has 2 autistic children, and she also was a teacher at one point, but now she's doing life coaching as well, but she's gearing hers towards children, and especially the special needs children, autistic, stuff like that. I don't know that the hypnosis would work with the autistic children, but I am working with some special needs children, and we're going to start doing the hypnosis on that. I don't work with children very young. They have to be at least 9 or 10 and a little bit older than that. But her and I are going to start collaborating and doing that as well. So it's good for special needs kids, ADD, ADHD. We can get to the root of the problem and really find out other things that are going on underneath. It's a lot more than just what they throw them on medication or whatever. And we can help them learn how to calm themselves down and learn how to deal with their anxiety and stuff like that. So it's very helpful for a lot of things. So I know I was kind of quick tonight. I apologize. Does anybody have any questions?
I thought that was really cool. I've never actually done that before. And I see what you mean about how it's similar to meditation, like a guided meditation.
Yeah, exactly.
But I also am, I can understand now for the first time what it means when you say that a person has heightened suggestibility, I guess. Like I feel like I am always going to remember that particular set of stairs and the rainbow breathing exercise. I feel like it's just really cool. Like that's definitely a place I can kind of go back to now.
Yeah.
When I want to feel a certain way, or be reminded of how I can.
Yeah, it's definitely when you get physically involved. That's why you have them touch their heart. Or, I mean, you could sit there and listen to me all day long. The repetitive is good as well. But I like that technique too, because if you're just sitting in traffic, I was doing it tonight and I'm like, okay, calm down, Christine. I'm still guilty. I'm human. I have anxiety. I'm like, all right, calm down. You're going to get home in time. It's all good. But any little technique that you can do, everybody can like self-hypnotize themselves. I was going to teach you guys another one, and I forgot to say it earlier, but I'll bring it up now, is when I first saw a hypnotherapist, and I didn't really have like issues. I've never really dealt with depression or anxiety like that, but I was just feeling stuck. I'm like, all right, there's some blocks here, and I need to figure out why I'm blocking myself. And that's kind of why I went to a hypnotherapist. And then I was like, this is really cool. I want to study it myself. And I just really wanted to help the people that were really, I call them, it's a shame to say suffering, but I think suffering, depression, anxiety. I really want to work with the people with PTSD, especially veterans. My heart goes out to them.
Those are all debilitating.
Yeah, they've seen war, they've seen action, and they just replay it over in their mind. Now, what the hypnotherapy helps them do is I take them back to the scene. I don't make them relive it. We're going to touch on it real quick, but we're going to work through that, because everything that they've dealt with, or people deal with depression or anxiety, you are basically reliving that in your mind and in your body, and it's all energetic. So if we can remove that negative energy, then we replace it with positive energy, and we reframe that scene so they don't have to keep reliving that same traumatic event over and over again. So that's really what pulled me towards it, and that's why I want to work with those kind of people. I work with everybody else too, but that's like where my heart is pulling me for sure, because they just need a lot more help, unfortunately. So I want to be there to help them.
Yeah, that's amazing. I love that. Really cool.
I have a question regarding your beautiful place. I don't have one particular beautiful place. I have several places that I really love, but it's all centered around the ocean. So is that normal?
Yeah, you can go wherever you want in your mind. And tonight I try to keep it generic because I've got 6 or 7 of you. But if Louise, if you and I were doing it one-on-one, I would ask you probably what because we go back and forth and ask questions, because I don't just repetitively do stuff. I ask you questions constantly and you can answer me the whole time. We're going like back and forth with like a banter. And I would say, okay, Louise, describe your beautiful place for me. And if you're describing the beach, then I'm going to repeat the scene for you. Okay, you said blue sky. Can you hear the waves crashing? Like, yeah. I didn't do it tonight, and I actually don't like to do it one-on-one either. Our teacher taught us that, but I leave that technique out of it because I'm surprised she actually taught us that, because I feel we're kind of leading people, because she'll say like, okay, do your beautiful place. It could be a forest or a beach, but then I think I'm putting stuff in people's minds, because if somebody told me forest, I'm like, yeah, okay, cool. But I'm with you, Louise. I like the beach. I'm going to go right to the beach. I'm going to hear the waves. I'm going to see the sky. I love the sand. Like, I love summer. I love the beach.
Right.
So it's fine. And you could go multiple places. It's fine. Yeah. It's different for everybody. That's why I don't ever lead like that. I let you go wherever you're going to go. That's why, I don't say, like, I could have a client like me that say, hey, go to the beach. You're like, I want to go to a forest. Okay. I'm not going to tell you where to go. You tell me where to go. And then you describe it for me, because I don't want to be like, oh, are there trees? I'm like, you describe it for me.
Right.
And then it'll tell me. And then I try to write down what they're saying, because I don't do it when we're talking in the beginning. I forgot about that too. A hypnotherapy session, whether I'm doing it Zoom or in person, I get some background on the person, because if they regress to childhood or a past life or whatever, like, I have to have a little bit of information. That way I know what to work with when something comes up. Okay, you're talking about Joe. Well, who's Joe? Okay, he's your ex-husband. You know what I mean? I just need a little bit to work with. But when they're in hypnosis, I'm writing down notes. I don't take notes. I apologize. Sorry, I gotta go back. I don't take notes because I want to listen to the person. I'll take it all in, but then I'm taking notes when they're under hypnosis, because I'm like, okay, she liked the forest, green trees. So I'll repeat that back to you. Okay, can you see the green trees? You know what I mean? So I remind you of that imagery that you already have in your head. I just do like a little more repetitive stuff, so it's like in there. But yeah, you can go anywhere you want. If you go multiple places, that's cool too. If you jump from a forest to a beach, that's cool. Absolutely.
Thank you.
Yes, ma'am. Anybody else? Everybody was deeply relaxed, so that's cool, because I was watching everybody and I'm like, it's so cool just to watch everybody kind of like you're a noodle. You just kind of melt down. It's nice. Like, in this world we live in today, it is so easy to get tense and everything like that. Like I said, I was doing it to myself on the car on the way home. Like, okay, do your breathing technique, Christine. Calm down. Traffic is traffic. You'll be home for the seminar in time. It's all good. Oh, sorry, I take that back. I wanted to teach you guys a self-hypnosis technique real quick that I learned when I did my first hypnotherapy. It's best to do it in the evening when you're going to sleep, preferably when you're already in bed. And it's, again, use physicality, use your fingers, but each finger. So you do it 10 times and you say, it's been a while since I'm trying to do it top of my head, apologize. I'm better today than I was yesterday. I'm better today than I was yesterday. You do it, and you can do it slower. I know I talk fast, but do it in each breath. And it just really, honestly, I do think it helps calm you down and helps kind of sort of get to sleep. But that's a quick little self-hypnosis technique. So anybody, there's little techniques anybody could do. Like, even like I said tonight, if you didn't know hypnotherapy like me and you're in a traffic jam and you talk yourself out of it, and you're like, okay, just breathe, just calm down. You're already calming yourself down. That's like a small form of self-hypnosis. So people don't realize that it happens all the time. When you're watching TV, you're kind of hypnotized. When you're in a movie theater and you're deeply engrossed in the movie, kind of hypnotized. So it's not just the crazy hypnosis like this, you know what I mean? So these small things in life, you're kind of hypnotized anyway, day-to-day life.
Okay, I have a question.
Yes, ma'am.
So, and I feel kind of silly asking this.
There's no silly questions. That's what they say.
Sorry, you know the movie The Secret, and they talk about the law of attraction.
Mm-hmm.
So would you say that what you're doing when you help somebody go under hypnosis, is it sort of the same idea where thoughts become things and you're essentially programming the subconscious mind to achieve whatever the person wants to achieve, be it to ditch a bad habit or improve their productivity or whatever? Is it kind of a similar concept? Or
It is actually, it is exactly that. You hit the nail right on the head. Thoughts are very powerful. And even if you just think something, it's going to already go out into the universe and do its thing, like whether it's a negative or positive thought. It is energy, and energy is all around us, and it never disintegrates. It just changes shape and form. So it is, thoughts are very powerful. People don't understand that. I'm actually, I learned the secret years ago. And I've studied law of attraction before I was doing meditation, and I'm learning more and more all the time. Your thoughts are very powerful. And the reason that hypnosis is so very powerful, because you hit the nail on the head, is human beings, we're very stubborn. The human body, the human being itself, the spirit is universal. That's how you may have had, if you believe in it, if you don't, it's all good. But if you have had past lives, everybody's had past lives. Some people don't believe it, but I'm sorry, you have, I have, everybody has. So it's whether you believe in it or not, it's all good. But energy's out there, and that's where everything comes from. So when you think a negative thought, then you bring negativity into you. When you think a positive thought, it's all that, like a magnet attracts, you know what I mean? So, but anyway, sorry, to go back to the hypnotherapy, we're reprogramming good stuff into you, because we want to, that's why I kept saying it tonight. And I like to use it because we are like a huge computer. The brain, the human body itself, everything in the body, and the body itself is like a huge computer. So if you hear me say reprogram, rewire, I constantly say that. I'll say download. You're being downloaded with the energy, because it's just like a computer. So basically we are rewiring, downloading into that computer those new thought programs, because we want to get rid of the old one. But anyway, point was, human beings are stubborn. That's why we have these habits. So we need to take the conscious mind, because that's where all the negative and the habits are. Like I said, have it take a back seat, go out for pizza. Subconscious mind's going to help us be our computer, the mainframe, and we're going to rewire, download new software program into that. So that's where the repetitive stuff comes in.
So it's probably kind of the same idea as when, like, I've heard stories about how athletes use visualization to achieve, reach thresholds that they've never reached before.
Exactly.
And they do it just without the actual physical practice, but with just simply having done the visualization, they improve their skills. So I think that's like a self-hypnosis kind of a thing, right?
Exactly. You're programming your mind, and you're seeing yourself do it. There's a story that they had, high school kids, I think they had 2 groups, I believe, 20 kids and 20 kids, or maybe less, because it was basketball or whatever. They had 10 of them physically practice shooting the hoops, whatever. They had the other 10 not go anywhere near the court, not physically do anything, all up here, visualize themselves making the basket every time. The 10 that imagined did way better than the other when they got back in person. And the other guys practiced physically. It's all up here. The mind is extremely powerful. We have no idea. I knew before, but when I really started studying hypnotherapy and other techniques, like, you have no idea. You can change just about anything. You can heal yourself. I'm going to start harping on that more, because I'm learning more techniques. People don't believe that, but you can actually heal yourself. The body was made to heal itself. There are books out there. That lady, Louise Hay, if you guys have ever heard of her, she wrote stuff years ago. She's passed away now. She wrote books about how to heal yourself. It is all up here in your mind. You can literally do it. The mind is extremely powerful. You have no idea. Oh, I just had another technique that I was going to show you guys, and I'll show you how powerful the mind is. So I need you guys to close your eyes. I'm not going to put you under hypnosis, but this is a quick technique. Close your eyes again for me. And I want you guys to hold out probably your dominant hand, whatever. And I want you to imagine that you're holding half of a lemon, a big, fat, juicy lemon. See it? That bright yellow color. Put it up to your nose. You can smell the citrusy, lemony smell. And now I want you guys to shove it into your mouth. Just taste it, bite it, that juicy, juicy lemon. Taste it, bite it. And now you can open your eyes. How many people actually created saliva as if they were eating a juicy lemon in their mouth? There's no lemon. You weren't doing anything. You were creating saliva as if you were eating lemon. That's how powerful your mind is. You can imagine just about anything.
This has been so, so cool. Yeah. Does anybody have any questions at all for Christine? I'm just looking. I didn't even check the chat. So I should probably check it.
Yeah, hopefully. And I am rebuilding a new website. So if you guys need to find me, Meredith, just find me on Facebook. I'm building my new website, so I don't have that. I apologize.
All right, cool. All right. Well, I don't. Any questions? I saw one person unmuted. A couple
Yeah,
people.
when will you have your website up and running, do you think, Christine?
I'm hoping by the end of the year, fingers crossed, if not January. Somebody's working on
Okay.
it for me right now. For sure.
And what was the name of the woman whose book you commented about? Was it
Oh, I'm
Louise?
sorry. Louise Hay, Hay is her last name. I think it's
Okay.
like she's got a bunch of books, but one of them was like Heal Yourself or something
Yeah.
like that. Yeah, absolutely. She wrote those years ago. My gosh, I've read her before I learned all this. Her and Wayne Dyer. He's really what got me into law of attraction about 8 years ago. He was the first book that I read. I didn't even know about law of attraction. And that was even before The Secret. It might have been out, but I hadn't watched it yet. I watched that about 4 or 5 years ago, I think. Yeah. Yeah. I can talk on that too next time. If you ever want me to do another webinar, I know all kinds of stuff about law of attraction. And there's more to know. There's more that I don't know, but there's a lot that I do know. It's
great.
Yeah. It's crazy. If you guys want me to rack your brain real quick before we hang up tonight, is this is how powerful the universe and the law of attraction thing is. And this is just a small, minute thing. There's a gentleman who's obviously a friend of mine. I still have a real job too. I'm doing this. I'm transitioning into my business, but at my real job, which I still am an administrative assistant. His name is Adam. We're friends, coworker. Him and I were talking about a mutual friend of ours named Turner. And I'm like, hey, I haven't heard from Turner in a while. I think I might text him. I got busy later in the day. And this is no lie. This is how this stuff works. Later that day at like 4 o'clock in the afternoon, because Adam and I were talking about it, like I said, early in the day. I get back to my desk. I had gone to the bathroom. Turner texted me. That's how powerful. Turner, he didn't physically hear, but the universe part of his subconscious heard, oh, Christine and Adam were talking about here. Or I haven't heard from Christina. Well, maybe I should text her. And it happened again the other day. I was thinking of somebody, and it happened with you, Meredith. I meant to tell you, and I'm not saying this on the webinar just to say it. I think I said that on my email. I was like, oh, I should check in with her the other night, and I didn't. And you literally texted me or emailed me the next morning. And I was like, I was going to check in with you anyway, I swear. But that's how stuff works. That's the good side of it. And the bad side stuff happens too. But just weird, freaky stuff like that happens. But it happens all the time. And if you're aware of it, then you know, like if you weren't aware of the law of attraction, you wouldn't think like, oh, Turner just texted me. But stuff like that is just like, yeah. Or what works for me is, and I do it more often now that I know I could do it when you get powerful, is before I thought it was just happening. I was like, oh, I haven't seen, it's like some old movie I'll pick. I'm like, I haven't really seen that for a long time. And I might not seem that old, but I'm still old school where it's like, gotta come on the TV. I don't Netflix and all that stuff. And then I'll be flicking through the TV and I'm like, oh, there's that movie I wanted to watch. Cool. That is so cool. Like, yeah, it'll just like come on. So yeah, this stuff is out there if you guys really want to learn about it, for sure. For sure.
That's fantastic.
Is there a book you would recommend that gives particular insight into what you're doing?
This kind of stuff I'm talking about, what Meredith mentioned, The Secret, it's on YouTube. It's a very good, yeah. It's got, that one is probably one of the better ones because, and she wrote a book too, the lady, Rhonda, I forget how to spell her last name, Byrne, Byrne, I think so. She did the movie and she got, if you guys haven't heard of them, but they're famous people. I'm not sure if Louise is on there. It's been a while since I watched it, Meredith. But I know Wayne Dyer, no, he was going to be on it. He didn't, I apologize. But Bob Proctor's on there. He's a big one. Yeah. The guys, if you guys have ever heard of them that wrote the Chicken Soup for the Soul books, I read them years ago.
Yeah, Canfield, yeah.
Yep, he's on there. There's a ton of people on there.
Yeah, Reverend Michael Beckwith, I believe.
Yes, he's very good too. I follow Mind Valley too.
Yeah, I love Bob Proctor, and he has a lot of, I mean, I think they probably all have a lot of content on YouTube.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, Bob Proctor is,
he's a big one. He's been doing it forever.
Yeah, sometimes I'll listen to him in my car or whatever.
Oh, yeah.
He's got a lot of really great messages, great ideas. So
Yeah,
Yeah.
Wayne Dyer's good too. He's passed away,
Yeah.
but his videos are still all out there. And like I said, he's what first got me into it probably about 7 or 8 years ago.
Yeah.
I read his book. I think I found it in like a Goodwill, and I'm like, oh, what's this? Oh, manifest the life that you want. And I'm like, well, what's this manifest stuff? I don't understand what that means. I'm like, oh, when I was done reading the book, I understood what it meant. And it was only the tip of the iceberg. Here I am 8 years later. There's like going down the rabbit hole. There's a lot of stuff.
Ooh, I'm so inspired now. This is great. Okay, so I hate to do this, but last call for any questions, because we kind of have to wrap up now. Library is closed for the evening, so we can take one more question if anybody has any.
Yeah, and if I come up, I'm sure there's more. I'll get Meredith like a small list of books if you guys are interested. She could shoot it
Yeah.
up. And, you know. Okay.
Sure.
Great.
I'll
Great.
happily do
Thank
that.
you.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Christine. It was really informative.
Thank you. You're welcome.
Yeah,
That's
I had
great.
fun. This was great.
Thank you.
All right.
Thank
Well,
you.
thanks everyone for joining us. And yeah, as soon as I get those resources from Christine, I'll shoot an email out to each of you and share.
That's
Yeah.
great.
If you guys want a
Thank
law of
you.
attraction one, I'll do one on that too.
Okay, cool.
Another
All right.
webinar.
Yeah, we'll keep that in mind for sure. That's great.
That would be
Okay.
cool.
All right. Bye, everyone. Thank you so
Bye.
much.
Have a nice Thanksgiving, everybody. Bye.
Thank you. Happy
too.
Thanksgiving. Have a
Bye.
great evening. Bye.